This time of year, every game is big, obviously, but even still, some are bigger than others. When you're down 2-1 in a series and in jeopardy of losing both games at home, yeah, that's a big game to come through and win. These are the type of games that have you on the edge of your seat for every shot, every pass, every play, and that's just awesome. Avs win over the San Jose Sharks 3-0 in Game 4 to even the series at 2.
Has a breakaway.
This game had a little bit of everything for the Avs. Great offense, despite it taking them a little while to actually get the job done. Very solid defense, which is something they had been missing some so far through this series. Unbelievable goaltending, which they really needed to win this game as well. And even very solid special teams. If you're just looking at the box score, the first period might not seem that interesting. No goals, no penalties, shots 12-10 in the Sharks' favor, so a fairly even period. But below the surface, there was a bit more than that going on. For the first time in this series, both teams were playing well at the same time. Up till this point, we had seen one team or the other kind of take over the game and force their way of playing onto it. In this first, both styles just seemed to butt heads. The Sharks would try to smother the Avs, and the Avs would try to keep the tempo up and push play, and sometimes each would get their way without either one consistently enforcing it. The Avs also seem to have upped their physicality significantly. This actually started last game with Zadorov just laying people out left and right, but pretty much everyone was getting in on the hitting for the Avs in this game, including Cale Makar. For a lot of people who didn't get to watch him play much in college, there's kind of this idea that he's a smaller, more offensively minded defenseman, a lot like the archetype of a Sam Girard or even a Tyson Barrie. But honestly, that's just not the case. The kid is thick. He's fully able to battle along the boards and win with his physicality, not just his finesse. A lesson Tomas Hertl learned the hard way in this one. The one thing not going well in this period for the Avs was Alex Kerfoot's shooting, and I do just mean his shooting. He seems to be so good in the offensive zone of finding soft spots on the ice and getting open, and the Avs are doing a good job of feeding him the puck. But then he goes to shoot, and you just already know that puck isn't going in the net. He's a very good player, and generating the Avs a lot of chances, but it's just not working. They gotta figure something out where Kerfoot doesn't have to be the shooter, because that just seems to be cursed. Credit to both goaltenders in the first period, though. Neither let a single one by them, and both of them had at least a couple very nice-looking saves. Also, credit to the Pepsi Center crowd. They seemed much louder here for Game 4 than they were in Game 3. Nothing after one, and the tension builds. Things actually started happening a bit more on the score sheet in the second period, starting off with an early penalty from the Sharks. Unfortunately, through the first half of the second period, the Avs were just getting a bit too cute, trying that one pass too many, or trying a play like throwing a puck through 3 sticks that just wasn't gonna happen. Granted, if they made it work, it would have been unbelievable, but they didn't, so you're kind of stuck there. So the Avs failed to score on their first power play, and then both teams get offsetting minors to play a bit of 4-on-4, but you still felt the same as the first period, that these were two good teams butting heads, and momentum wasn't really swinging either way. McKinnon seemed to be feeling it every time he stepped out on the ice, pulling off crazy dangles, but just not quite able to finish them. And then you have Carl Soderberg, who was doing a very good imitation of Alex Kerfoot in this game. The same problems. Getting good opportunities, finding good spots on the ice, but just couldn't finish to save his life. For real, I think Kerfoot and Soderberg each had 4 or 5 real quality chances apiece in this game, and if each of them just finished 1, we run away with this game. But they didn't. And what's the difference in games like these where everything seems fairly even? Puck luck. And where are we? We are in the Pepsi Center. That means puck luck is going our way. In a combination of great play and great bounces, the Avs get on the board first about halfway through the game. McKinnon with the puck in the offensive zone is going to drive down deep, and look at how great of a job he does at forcing the entire Sharks team to stay back. Look at how many players are all just puck watching with McKinnon, as most of the Avs retreat back to the high part of the zone, giving them a ton of space. McKinnon actually bungles the pass here to Landeskog a little bit, knocking it off of the defender's skates, but Landeskog just manages to reach out and recover and get this back to McKinnon down deep. From there, McKinnon just going to send this puck right out high. Again, you can see McKinnon has an incredible ability to make everyone on the ice look at him when he has that puck. This pass comes in a little bit hot for Girard. He does knock it down and keep it in the zone, but you can see it kind of lofted through the air there. Incredibly, he knocks this puck clean out of midair, and it's a perfect pass to Makar at the other point here. Okay, maybe not perfect, but he put it in a place where only Makar can get it. Makar knows exactly what to do here, getting closed in on. He's going to fire this puck in. Honestly, I think it's more of a pass than a shot, but nonetheless, he fires it right through the legs of Vlasic. Rantanen is ready with his stick on the ice to deflect it on net. Credit Jones, he makes a fantastic initial save, but gives up a rebound, and lurking still from the corner is Nathan McKinnon. Superstars just find a way to be in the right spot. He does it here. He gets not one, but two whacks at this one, and in it goes. Here's a behind-the-net angle that shows Makar's shot pass in Rantanen's tip-in, and then McKinnon coming in. He gets it out of midair not once, but after it bounces off Jones for a second time, he picks it out of midair again to score this goal. Makar to Rantanen to McKinnon. I have a feeling you'll be seeing that stat line again quite a bit. And Girard, who doesn't even get a point on this play, deserves massive credit for keeping it in at the blue line there as well. With that, the Avs go up 1-0, but even that doesn't really seem to shift the momentum. It still seems perfectly even, and this is what great games are made of. Neither team really seemed to lapse at any point during the game. As the second progressed, the puck luck would continue to be on the Avs side as the Sharks would hit a post, the 9th good post of the playoff season. That's doing pretty well for the Avs, finally surpassing the Avs' own bad posts of 8. It would be just the one post in this game, though, unlike Game 3, as instead of relying on the post to keep the puck out, Grube decided to do this one on his own. He had a few spectacular saves in the second period. This is kind of the mix that the Avs need, because the Avs defense was much stronger in this game, but even then, they're going to give up some dangerous breaks pretty regularly because that's just kind of who they are and how they play. When you're getting that and goaltending, yeah, this team is actually hard to score on. Grubauer shuts the door on one of those opportunities with 20 seconds left in the period, but Barry ends up taking a penalty to keep it from being a 2-0. Avs up by 1 after 2. The Avs start the third period on the PK, and full credit to the Avs here. First off, they only gave the Sharks one full power play in this game. Much, much better job of staying out of the box compared to basically the entire playoffs up to this point. And that penalty kill was fantastic. The Avs didn't give up a single shot on net. Very solid. After the kill, you turn that right around and the Sharks take a penalty of their own, and it's the Avs' turn. And once again, it's the combination of unbelievable skill and puck luck that come together to make the difference in this game. First off, a good job by Wilson to get his stick on this breakout pass, and then an unbelievable job by Landeskog to track this puck floating through the air and to just keep it in at the blue line, and I do mean just. This creates a 3-on-2 situation for the Avs here. You can see McKinnon didn't get a great pass from Landy there, but knocked it down, managed to hold on to it, and is going to try and drive the net here. It does get poked away, somehow comes right to Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen collects this puck, says, hey, I'm going hard to the net here. He drives the net, he makes a couple nice moves, loses this puck at least 2 or 3 times, but keeps recovering it, finds it right here, and somehow, first of all, he knows that Colin Wilson is behind him, which is ridiculous. And secondly, is able to make this pass through his own legs on his backhand while Martin Jones is diving for the puck. I mean, that's just absurd in every imaginable way. Rantanen looked into the future and saw 14,605 different variations, and he only made that pass in this one. Little did we know that Doctor Strange was playing for the Avalanche this season. Mikko has this uncanny ability where he will go into a game and the way he's playing, you'll kind of just shrug him off and go, he just looks okay tonight. And then out of nowhere, He has 13 points in these playoffs, the exact same amount as McKinnon, leading the entire league. So not only do the Avs get the puck luck, but they win the special teams battle. They're the team that gets a power play goal in this game. We've talked a million times about how much of a difference that makes. Up to nothing now, the Avs do slow it down a bit, but the Sharks struggle to muster a counter push because they get themselves into trouble as they continue to take penalties throughout the third period. This slew of penalties was the first time in the game where I felt like the momentum actually started to swing in one team's favor, and it was the Avs. The Avs get a number of chances to completely ice the game by scoring a third goal, but they just can't quite seem to get over that hump. Nonetheless, they do keep it 2-0 down to crunch time, and they keep up the physicality as well. There was one shift where Zadorov absolutely punished Couture over and over again for trying to stand in front of the net. In the last 5 minutes, the Sharks finally get over their penalty-taking issues, and they start to push hard. And while I don't love turtling, what I do love here was the complete team defense from the Avs. Everyone was willing to give up the body to make the play to block the shot and get that puck out of the zone during this time. One shot from Burns from the point had all three Avs forwards diving to block the shot, which maybe not the best strategy to keep doing that, but I love the effort. The Avs hold the fort, the Sharks eventually pull their goalie, and with 20 seconds left, Eric Johnson, who by the way had a fantastic game, the game we've been asking for him to have, he had it here, fires it all 200 feet down into the net. Avs play Baby Shark in the arena, and everyone laughs all the way to the bank. Grube finishes off the 32 save shutouts, and this is a massive win. Back to 2-2 in the series. Outside of finishing a couple more of their chances, I honestly don't know how much better than this the Avs can play. It was just a great game top to bottom. During the regular season, against a weaker team, this is probably an easy blowout win for the Avs, but that's why this one being close is so much more exciting, because both teams were playing so well. They were getting all of the fine details correct, and that just makes for good hockey. So it's a brand new ball game, best of 3, and now you have a big task ahead of you. You have to find a way to win in the Shark Tank again. It's not going to be easy, but if you don't believe the Avs can do it after that game, you never will. That is the end of this playoff game video review. Thank you for watching, and as always, a very special thank you to all of my contributors on both PayPal and Patreon. You all have been incredibly generous during these playoffs. I really cannot say enough about how amazing you all are. If you enjoy my content and would like to contribute as well, you can go ahead and do that down in the links in the description of this video to see your name up here. I'm Rudo3, and if I were to show someone who's never watched hockey before what this sport is all about, I would show them this game.